We're back. Hi again. Thank you for coming back. You my chair? My gosh, that was so fucking annoying while I was working on clients today. You hear this? It's so fucking annoying, man. Like while you're trying to lash in quiet and silence and like just the littlest move and you hear that. So fucked up. Hear that? Okay, so if you had a question and I didn't answer it yet, get it in there because next thing you know, this hour will be up before we know it, and I ain't doing another one because it's 11 o'clock. Okay, so let me go right into it. Makeup by A. What are instant red flag ingredients in adhesives that should not be present? I don't know. Instant red flags in ingredients in adhesives. I don't know. Depends. Like, for example, if you were allergic to carbon black, well, that would be a red flag at, let me see here. Nope. I'm not sure what you would be looking for. I've never actually done that. So unless your client tells you that they actually have an allergy to carbon black, which you can ask this on your, what do you call it, on your consultation form or during your consultation, then I don't know why you'd be looking for that. All right, guys, I'm trying to make sure that this phone doesn't fucking fly off of the damn. Okay, we're good. Okay. Let's see. If you had any other questions, get them in here. Can you use Babe Lash with lash extensions? What is Babe Lash? Where did I get my glasses? From the Lash Shop. They are called telemagnifiers. I don't know of any online volume courses. How do you approach strangers and pass out your cards? Just like that. Now, the best thing to do, what's a great convo starter? I'm not great at that, but I want to go. Okay, here's what I used to do. I used to go to the mall and I would bring my flyers and I had lashes, of course. I would walk up to the MAC makeup counter and I would go up to the men. So the males that were doing makeup. I would walk up to them and I would ask them first, you know, hey, do you know anybody around here who does eyelash extensions? Because I do them and blah, 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 blah. And then you start talking to them because they will quickly spread the word. They will take your card. They will pass it to their clients. Shit, they may want to get some too. If you go to the kiosks in the mall, you know, the ones that do beauty, like they sell the hair and hot tools and things like that, just walk right up to them. They're salesmen too. Just walk right up and say, hey, do you mind if I leave some of my business cards here for your clients? What does it hurt to ask? Nothing. You ever heard that saying where it says, a closed mouth doesn't get fed? Well, what does it hurt for you to just ask, may I leave my business cards here? They say no, they say no. Keep it moving and move on to the next one. It's okay. Oh, but as far as if you want to pass them out to like clients, it all depends on where you are. I mean, you're not going to just walk up to a woman in the supermarket and pass your card. No. But say, for example, you were, I don't know, I was on the airplane when I was going to Boston, and the lady next to me started talking to me, and she asked me if I was going to the same conference as her, and I said, no, I'm going to go to do a lash thing, and she's like, I noticed your lashes when we were boarding the plane, and I thought they were so awesome and natural and full and beautiful, and I was trying to see if you had makeup on, and then I realized you had no makeup on, and it was just your lashes. She and I just started talking, and I think I got a new client. So sometimes it's just, you know, striking up conversation, but if you're wearing lashes, that's usually the icebreaker. Like, even if you just start talking to someone, you ever notice how somebody's like intently looking at you, like they're examining your face when really they're looking at your lashes, trying to figure out what it is about your face that looks so awesome? It's your fucking lashes. Can I recommend a good lash artist in Michigan? This is a good one. Okay, lash artist. If any of you live in Michigan, I need you to go update your location on the website if you're a member, so that we can find Simply Me Danny, a lash artist. Update your location on your profile and add your credentials to your profile, because not clients, I or you, lash artists, can find each other. This is not for clients yet. Why is it not for clients? Because I haven't vetted all these lash artists to see if they're legit, okay? But a lash artist can look at another lash artist's work to tell if they're legit, okay? So if you are a member of LASH411.info, update your location, update your profile that includes what services you offer, because we can search for each other by location within 50 miles, 25 miles of whatever zip code, by service, by price of service. So I can look for this. Do you offer volume extensions, lash lifts, microblading? If you offer these services, update your profile on the website. Because how many times have you been in a Facebook group and somebody comes in there and says, my client is moving to California and I need a new lash artist for her? That's why I built that feature in there, so that you can just easily, it's like, like a directory, easily find somebody for your client. You have options. So update your location. Simply Me Danny. We'll just have to wait to see if somebody in Michigan pops up, because right now I can't search it for you because I'm doing this. Can you share a consultation form? If you go to my website, eyelashart.com, and go to the client profile. It's an online form. Do I use Lash Maker's box? No, I do not. Oh no, Boho. Well, Boho and Boho74, I'm glad you made it this time. I saw that you didn't make it last week. It's okay. This time and going forward, I'm going to try and save these videos and post them to YouTube, so if you want to watch them later. But Boho missed our session last week, and I think she came down with pneumonia, and so she couldn't come to Boston. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. She said, I have loose lashes, a lot of them. Where would you put them while doing a set, and best way to pick up? I wouldn't even use them. I would throw them away. It's 2017, honey. Don't even do it to yourself. But if you had to, I used to put them on a silicone pad that Nova Lash gave me, because those were the Nova Lash loose lashes. Or you could do a leather pad and always sanitize it between clients. But I'm sorry, I can't really recommend it, because I'm telling you, don't do it. Use strips. Loose lashes is going to take you forever. You can't say, how do I cut down my time, and in the same breath say, and use loose lashes. No. Cut down your time, use a strip. I live for the strip. LVX Lashes asked, how often do I do this show? I'm going to start doing it every Thursday. Thursdays at 10. Lash Dreams and Things suggested an online volume course for the other young lady who asked. Frankie Widows does an online volume course. Thank you. See, I'm not on the lookout for those things. You know who else does one now that I think about it? Lessons in Lashes. Lessons in Lashes does a lifetime membership. Frankie Widows also has, I think she also has YouTube videos. Lash Boulevard, I think, has online training now that I think about it. And I think Sugar Lash is now coming out, but I don't know if it's classic or volume. So those might be some places to start. Miss Priss Lash has asked, how much for a website from scratch, domain and all? I got to talk to you first. But it'd probably start at $500 if I got to build it from scratch and connect everything. And you obviously would have to pay for the domain and whatever costs come with setting it up. Lashes by Jessica Marquez asked, so I'm teaching a class in Oakland in May 30th to the 31st. She asked if it's volume. I don't know what big volume means. I don't know if you mean mega volume, but it is a volume certification, and it'll be a beginner's class. Flirty Lash Studio. How do you handle super thin natural lashes? Less than a 0.03 if they want dramatic extensions and they refused to a 0.07. First of all, how does she know what the difference is between a 0.07 and something else? Second of all, take a picture of her lashes and show her like a side by side of what a volume extension is next to her natural lashes, and show her how thin her natural lashes are. You guys gotta start showing your clients what you have to work with, because they don't see it because they're not on our end and they're not wearing these magnifiers to the naked eye, which is theirs. And when they're looking at themselves, they have no idea what you see. Take a picture and show her, and just tell her, look, I understand what you want, but unfortunately your natural lashes won't allow for it. And that is that. Tips for lashing on the left side if you are right-handed. Turn the head. Turn the head towards the right so that you can reach over a little bit better. It'll get easier though. My first year of lashing, man, I used to hate doing the left eye, like really hated it. And now I wouldn't be surprised if the left eye comes out better than the right eye, believe it or not. Yes, King Cody. Somebody had asked before about how to network. This was also in the 5 free ways to get business. Leave your cards at bridal shops. King Cody also added wedding planners and event coordinators are excellent to network with. Guys, we're in wedding season too. So if you're trying to get those brides and their whole bridal parties, come up with some packages maybe. Like you could say, buy 4 full sets and the bride gets 1 free. That's what I used to do. Go to the bridal shops. Like Cody said, the wedding planners, the event coordinators. Go to the photographers. Go to the florists. Anybody who a bridal party would be touching, leave your card there. Because they don't know that they want lashes yet, but they want them. Lashes by Matic asked, do I use a palette on the side or on the back of my hand for volume? I use the back of my hand in the moment. I use right here, but I'm going because I'm putting something together and I don't want to talk about it just yet, okay? Thank you. But I use my hands. Any tips for working out of your home? Such as, can you be a little bit more specific? Quickly I would say establish boundaries with your clients. Make sure you know what your house rules are and you let them know what your house rules are and stick to them. Do not waver. The moment you start to be lenient and shit, then they start to do whatever they want. And set your hours as such, and what if you are a lash artist but are allergic to lash glue? Ooh, honey. I've seen people say that they're going to have to stop lashing. So, I think I saw a girl, she might have tried to do double masks to try and here's what I can tell you. A way to not become allergic is if you've been practicing, if you've been practicing and putting the fans on the back of your hand, stop it. You're putting that glue onto your skin, and that's not where it's supposed to go. You could start to develop a reaction. Don't do it. And some people just develop a reaction years later out of nowhere. So I'm sorry about that though, Makeup Mint. Ginger naps. I plan to go into esthetician school in the fall. Is it possible to get training and start lashing before I graduate from the program? What state are you located in? It all depends on your state. If you happen to live in a state like Connecticut that has absolutely no requirements, then knock yourself out and go get trained in lashes before you even go to school. But if you live in a state like, I don't know, New Jersey, like I do, you have to be licensed in order to practice lash extensions, of which I'm actually going to call the state board because I want to get some more information about that. Look guys, state to state, everything is different, right? However, lashes are not regulated. There's no regulation. That doesn't mean that just because it's not regulated, you should just pick a fucking pair of tweezers up and start lashing whoever you want. No, because you have to remember, you need insurance. Why? Because it's their vision. Please be responsible. Don't be that girl or guy Be responsible. You are fucking with people's vision, okay? This is their eyeballs, okay? I'm going to give you an example. Last week on Friday when I got my lashes done, when I went to open my eyes, there were 2 lashes stuck on the bottom, right? So she had to go with the tweezers to remove them. My eyes were wide open, and as I'm looking up, all I see are these tweezers, the points of the tweezers coming towards my eyeball, and I got so fucking scared. I realized how much trust I had to have in her in that moment to make sure she didn't drop those fucking tweezers in my eye. Can you imagine? My lash life would be over. Over. Sharp tweezers that can draw blood. I've poked my fingers with the tips of my tweezers and drawn blood. So imagine with just a slip, you drop that tweezers into somebody's eye. Or you drop glue into their eye. Because you don't know what you're doing with those products. Please, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Lashes is not something for everybody. If anybody could just do it, they would. It's not for everybody to just do. Okay? You have to go through the proper training. Mboho, yeah, that's true. But I mean, so Mboho said about those loose lashes, because she was asking me some tips with doing the loose lashes. She said, I was told if I learned on the loose, I would be fast with the strips. That's why I have them. Well, the only reason why I used loose back then was because that's all I was given, and I had no idea there were strips. So I had no choice but to use loose. But seeing as how strips are available to you, the fuck are you doing the loose for? Skip that. Go straight to strip. Okay? You want to get fast at the strip? Go straight to the strip. Any tips on coming up with a name for your business? Okay, well, I mean, there's, the obvious ones. Lashes by Sandra. Beauty by Sandra. Sandra's Lashes. Like... I'm gonna spell out what my first business name was. I bet you won't be able to pronounce it either. I'm gonna spell it out for you because I hadn't thought this all the way through. I chose a name that meant something to me, but guess what? Nobody could pronounce it. I'm writing it down. Can you pronounce that? How many of you are saying Esdexo right now? Yeah, right? That wasn't it. I quickly changed it, and I came up with eyelash art with an I. Eyelash art. I'm kind of creative that way sometimes. But what I would suggest is throw a few names down on a piece of paper, stick them up on a wall, walk by them every day. If there's one that keeps ringing out to you, ask your family and friends. Give them a few of the names, ask them what they think of them. And also maybe pick something that describes you, or that when somebody says it and or thinks of it, they instantly think of you. But just remember, I mean, your name is Ashley.Nikki, so there's probably a few other girls in your state that might be Lashes by Ashley or Lashes by Nikki, or, okay? Smitty. Style Lash Sister said, I hope you get paid for being so fresh and awesome. No. That's free. Actually, guys, that's why I'm starting to train, because I have spent a lot of my own money on putting LASH411 together, the website and all that shit. Because, hosting is not cheap. And I've kind of dug into my funds. So when I start training, that money is going to go back into LASH411 so I can fund it. Because I want to build the mobile app, and I also have this other idea that I don't want to tell you about just yet, but fuck it. I want to build Amazon for lashes. I want you to be able to do a one-stop shop where you can buy from my brand lashes, Lash Affair, Borboleta, whatever, in one place. So I'm going to build it. But that takes money and time. And I've been doing LASH411 for almost 2 years now, and no, I don't get paid. It's like a full-time job too. Eyelash Art has been paying for LASH411, and I'm starting to go broke. So if you want to do a mentorship, or if you want to do a training with me, just know that money is going to go to a good place, okay? Let's see. Is there a book you know that can help build a business? Not at the top of my head, but that's what my business course is going to be for. It's to help you build your lash business. I'm just going to walk you through how I built mine. And I'm going to give you tons of resources to do it. That's what the business, somebody asked, Belfly Soli, what is your business class in Miami going to be teaching? How to start and manage your lash business. Back end and front end. So from setting up your websites and managing your business from your phone, what apps you can use, everything. It's A to Z. How to manage your lash policies. Like everything's, I'm sorry if I'm being a little vague, but everything's written out already on the workshop page. So if you'd kindly go there and just read what it is, because guys, I worked hard on writing that for you. So for you to not read it kind of defeats the purpose. That's why it's there. So if you would kindly go to the workshop page and just read what the curriculum includes. But here's what I can tell you about the business class, which you will get, because I just got it in today. You will get loyalty cards, right? And you're going to get a stamp. So you could stamp those loyalty cards, right? So I just got the stamp in. Let me see if I can make this. Look, I made a LASH411 stamp. Ooh! So anybody who attends the business class, you're going to get a stamp. So you can start a referral or a loyalty program with your clients. You're welcome. Hey, I just got my certification. What do you suggest I do to pick up speed? Hey, have you asked your trainer what you should do? No. Well, I don't know what you're doing, but some things that you can do to pick up speed are practice. Tape lashes up so that you can see. I mean, you're new, so some of the things I'm saying may like go right over your head. Most of all, just practice. You're gonna have to practice isolation if you're completely new. So if you want to learn how to isolate better, start picking up grains of rice with your isolation hand. How do you deal with super curly lashes? I spread them apart and tell those clients that they need to start brushing their lashes on a regular basis because they need to start training their lashes. Any tips for beginner volume? Should I use a D curl? Absolutely not. Use a C curl. C curl. Less curl. D curls could pop off, especially if you're not using them properly or placing them properly. C curl. Even a B curl. But B curls, I wouldn't buy. Don't buy your whole stash. Get one mixed length tray and practice with the B curl. Those are the easiest to start with, and always start 2D. Once you got 2D going good, then go to 3D. Once you got 3D going good, then go to 4D, okay? Work your way up. And then you have to master a few things at a time. It's picking up just two and then placing them down and then getting them right. You're going to have to master a few things at a time. Cam's Madre asked, what is your retention like? Do you go bi-weekly or percentage? Also, what is your go-to glue? Okay, so I think you guys can tell by now how often I get the same question on a daily basis. If you want to see my retention, I posted it in my IG story. There's a 3-weeker there. If you want to see other clients, you can go to Eyelash Art on Instagram. I don't do bi-weekly. I used to do it bi-weekly. I don't do it anymore. I do it by percentage, I guess, but clients come in, whatever they have, I fill it. And if it's anything less than that 30%, then it's a full set, and that's it. My glue is Lash Makers. If you buy it, use code LASHES411. I use Lashes with Brenda asked, what insurance do you recommend? I use Hiscox for general and liability. General is for if something happens within your space. You know, somebody falls down the stairs, that kind of thing. And liability is, you know, if something happens while you're lashing them. Belleflay Soleil asks, what if you were trying to thick and heavy extensions and want to drop down on the weight to save your client's natural lashes? How do you address what's happening to your client? Just like that. Exactly how you just told me. You tell them, sorry, but I think that these lashes might be too thick and heavy because the way that you're coming back in, it looks like your natural lashes are being affected. I think that we need to go with a lighter weight and more natural lengths. Just like that. The aesthetic room said, you're hilarious. I can't wait for next Thursday. Already? We're not even done here yet. That's right, and boho, fuck those loose lashes. Get on them strips tomorrow. I almost feel like telling her to get on the pole, right? Because we're talking about strips. I'm kidding. King Cody said, how do you pronounce it? Okay, he's talking about my old business name. It looks like Esdexo. It was SDXO. So when I was a songwriter, I used to call myself SD because my initials are SD. And when you say S, it's E-E-S, right? And when you say D, it's like D-E-E, D. So I called myself SD. Plus in Spanish, SD, it's by me, right? And the XO was just for hugs and kisses. So it was SDXO eyelash extensions, and nobody could fucking pronounce it. So I changed it to Eyelash Art, and I created a DBA for my business. So right now my business, my formal legal business name is SDXO, but I have a DBA as Eyelash Art. This is something that's also going to be covered in the business class. So for example, if you started off with one business name and then say a year down the road, you're like, you know what? I don't like that name anymore. I want to change my business name. Well, guess what? You can't just dissolve your business if you legally formatted it, right? That would just take too much, plus taxes and a taxpayer IEN, all that shit. Fuck that. Instead, do a DBA. You can do that on LegalZoom. It's called Doing Business As. So right now, I am SDXO, doing business as Eyelash Art. Okay? These are the things, again, that I'm going to cover in the business class from A to Z. I'm just going to talk to you guys about everything that I went through from forming my business to where I am now. Okay? Hi, Brazil. Okay. Just a reminder, don't buy your adhesive from Amazon. Okay? No adhesive from Amazon. The only things you're buying from Amazon are disposable or reusable products. I wouldn't even buy my lashes from there. Any recommendation on lash storage? I use these. You see, all different brands are in here. So what I do, it's like I took a little biogel pad and I put the diameters. So these are C's, L's, and this is just a mix of whatever. I got these from Walmart or Target or one of those. It's just a tri cosmetic organizer. And it's better if you stand them up like this because you could put 2 rows of like 5 to 6 in there. And I keep my inventory right here next to me. And guess who put those shelves up? That's right. I also have one of these things that I got this from cosmetics because that's where I buy I got one of these things, and I believe Lash Makers also sells something like this. Use my code LASH411. Let's see. No, Amazon for lashes is not cool. Okay, Lashes by Matic said, I want to do something proactive about lash regulations in my state. Where should I start? Who should I approach? Go talk to Sunny Ulo from the American Eyelash Association. Just look up at American Eyelash Association and contact Sunny Ulo. She's the one who started kicking off trying to form regulation in Illinois. And she is the founder of the American Eyelash Association. Sunny Yulo from American Eyelash Association. Okay, Lashes by Matic. Makeup by A. Do you plan on doing any classes in Canada? Well, I've gotten requests for Toronto, so possibly. Just stay tuned. The lash look. Tell your husband I said hello. Okay. I don't know. Do I know him? How can I choose weight and the number of D on a fan? Okay, so your objective when you're making volume fans is to make the base super thin, kind of like a classic lash, right? When you do that, even if you have to pinch it, right? Hold it up next to the natural lash. If it's around the same diameter, you're good to go. If it's way thicker than the diameter of the natural lash, too much. Because you need it to be just enough to kind of like come out of it like it's, here, I'm going to draw a picture. You know I'm good at drawing pictures. Drawing my picture, sorry. Okay. If the base of your extensions is looking like that, with a square base, too big, too thick, too much, it should come out of the natural lash like that. So that's the natural, and then that's where the extension starts, okay? Not like that. That's too much, too thick. Like that. Okay? And you can also think of it like this. If you're working with 0.07s, which are standard in volume, 4 of those is like the equivalent to 1.15 classic. So if you wouldn't put one of those, a 0.15 on that natural lash, then don't put up to 4 on their natural lash. Gonna burp. Waiting for it. Guess not. Do you think it's safe to lash with a palette on the forehead? Yeah, but don't put the glue. I've seen people who put the lashes here either like, I would not put it right on their skin. Like, put a paper towel there and then put your palette on there. Don't put it directly on their skin. Do not put glue on their forehead. Unless you're using one of those like Goddess Arena ones that it's the silicone mat that has a little glue dot thing in it. Unless you're using one, no. Pure Beauty by Amy asked, opinion on how we can all keep the lash industry professional. Respect, responsibility, accountability. It all starts with you just holding yourself accountable. Like, and morals, I guess, sure. You know, if you're a genuine person and you take pride in your work, then you're going to seek out the proper education. That's where it starts. No shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. Don't cut corners. Okay? So to keep it professional, you always have to be friendly with one another. You know, when we were in Boston, if anybody in here who was in Boston remembers, the very beginning of how we started it, there was about 30 women in there. Awesome turnout. I really appreciated that. There's 30 women in there, and I told all of them to turn around and like look at each other. And so they did, and then they looked back at me and I said, you're sitting with your competitor. Say hi. You're sitting next to your competitor. Say hello. You might as well shake hands and become friends because you're all here sitting in here together. And right now you're cool. But once you leave here, are you still going to be cool? So, become friends with everybody. What other exercises are good for learning isolating? Aside from picking up loose rice with your tweezer. If you do that, time it. Time it. So if you're not used to, I'm right-handed, so if you're not used to using your left hand or whatever's your non-dominant hand, and you need practice in picking up and opening and closing, the only way you're going to do that is by constantly doing it. So I would suggest that you pick up grains of rice, like, well, that's not a grain of rice now, is it? But I can pick up anything now with my left hand. Like, I could not do that before. That's one of the most discouraging parts, I think, about learning lashes, is that when you realize that you got to use both of your hands in this shit, and it's like, oh, that's the part where you feel like, fuck, I'm never gonna get this. And especially when you get to that left eye and you're right-handed. I used to be so like this, like trying to, like, forgetting that I could turn their head. Remember, always you can turn them left. Don't be afraid, but don't break their neck when you do it, because I've seen people who just, like, don't do that. Gently turn their head to the side, okay? Sometimes when I tape my lashes up, it messes them up. How can I keep that from happening? Okay, so if you're using regular tape, you need to detack it first, because when you try, if you don't detack it, and detacking it means removing that extra sticky layer. If you don't do that, do I have that white line? Ugh, I hate that white line, sorry. If you don't detack it, when you go to remove that tape, it's gonna, like, pull the lashes out. I've done that before and been like, fuck, like trying to remove their lashes with the tweezer without pulling their eyelid totally open. Like, so now I use those biogel pads because you can remove them softly without ripping out any of the lashes. So if you were to detack it though, a lot of people frown upon detacking it on the back of your hands. You could always detack it on the back of your client's hand, because it's their skin cells that are going to come off of that tacking when you de-stick it. But you may just need to change the kind of tape you're using too. So I would suggest that you use the biogel pads, which are these. I use these for taping up, taping down. I don't use these for as gel pads for, like, under eyes. I use these to lift. These I got from Lash Affair. It's 10 of these for $10. Use my code, what is it, LASH411 love there. If you need to look for any codes, go to the website and go to the special offers on the Lash board. Let me see some hearts for that, because I'm about to save y'all some money. The Wicked Lash Co. Why did you miss out on Houston? You can still apply if you want to come to the training or the business class. You didn't miss out. I'm not sure what your name is there. XSQ Lindsay. How do you become a host? I think you sent me a message asking me what it is to be a host. A host is somebody who has, like, their own studio with a bunch of beds in it, and you just want me to come and we can invite people to come and train. So if you have a location, that's what it is. If you want to become one, you just need to enroll. So just visit the link in my Instagram bio and hit workshop, hit enroll, and say that you want to become a host. And then leave all the information in there and I'll contact you. Do you recommend the lash divider tool? If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, is it this thing that it kind of looks like a seashell and you kind of tape up, or it gets in between the layers or something like that, and so that you only have is that what you're talking about? Harris Wifey Trice, let me know. Low Maid asks, what's the name of the insurance again? I use Hiscox, like his cock. Hiscox. Hiscox. Wait, Houston has passed. Houston has passed what? I'm not sure what you're asking. Lashes by Maria G. How do I address my lash artist on how easy my lashes fall out? I don't do anything wrong. I follow all the rules, yet they don't fall out with my natural lashes. Well, if you're a lash artist too, you should be able to just approach her just like you just told me. Tell her that you're noticing that. It could be her placement. Maybe she's not bonding them appropriately. You may want to ask her, are any of her other clients experiencing the same issue? Now I realize that could be like a little ego hit, but you got to do it. Otherwise you're gonna have to go see some. It could just be her placement. Could be her adhesive. It could be her temperature and environment in the room. It could be a few things that's affecting or why her retention is sucking on you. L Stylist, any classes in Chicago or Jersey? I've actually talked to Sunny about doing a class in Chicago because Sunny has a spot. In Jersey, I'm in Jersey. I'm arranging a place this week. What do you mean pinch it? Pinch it, what she's referring to is like when I have a fan and if at the base, if I have to pinch it to be as skinny as a, whatchamacallit, hold on, I'm making a fan right now so I can show you what I mean. Hopefully though I'll be able to bring it up to the camera. Okay, well that one kind of came out pinched, but what I mean is if you just take it and pinch it, and now it's like even skinnier. Pinch the base. Any eyelash associations out here in Cali? That's not how it works. It's a national eyelash association, so it's like meant to be for nationwide. Hey girl, hey Candy Rain. Candy Rain was asking me about a website earlier. Hope to talk to you soon. She was also in Boston. And she has fucking awesome hair color. And her... now that I think about it, she had these dope quilted, like, shoes that were, like, this blush pink that went with this other girl's bag. And, like, this... her outfit was so cute with her hair. Candy Rain. Fitness Beauty. How do you isolate the lash to prep to apply the false lash without the baby lashes getting in the way? Okay, so if babies are getting in the way, lash those first. Lash them with like a shorter, finer diameter to get them out of the way. And then go back to, and then go back to that one that you were trying to lash and put its extension on it. BETL0017 said, do you know who sells the Biogel Less pads that look similar? So I think you're talking about the silicone pads, the ones that like you peel from the middle. If those are the ones you're referring to, I think My Brand Lashes has them. I think the Lash Shop has them. But I can't right now off the top of my head think about anybody else because me personally, I don't like those. So I'm not checking for them. No, Houston's not completely booked because guess what? I sent out invoices and only 2 people have sent in their partial payments. So it's first come, first serve, honey. If you send in your payment, you got a spot. So if you haven't enrolled, send your enrollment in. Until I say something's sold out, it's open, okay? Of course I have a website for my lash business. My fill price for volume is $110. That's it. I don't... let's talk about prices in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't even bother with that anymore. The reason why I don't, and again, you guys are going to go through the motions in your lash career. You'll find what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. What I was having a problem with was I would have clients who'd walk in at 2 weeks, sometimes looking like a 4-weeker, thinking that they were going to pay a 2-week price. No, I had to do more work. You'd have a 4-weeker who comes in looking like a 2-weeker and who has to pay more. Well, that's not fair. Right? So I just did one price for all. Doesn't matter. You get a certain amount of time. Everybody gets the same amount of time. And I'm going to fill you whatever I have to fill, whether it's 70% or, 50%. Plus for accounting purposes, to keep on keeping track of 3 different price points, it's just easier to keep track of one. So it took me a while to get here, but that I found that so far it works best. It's just the best way to work. I just have one fill price. Do you fill other lash artists? Like if someone new is coming to you? Well, I hardly get new people because I don't take new clients, only referrals. But No, I haven't had to do that. And when I did do it, they had to come in for a consult first. Because someone will call you and tell you that they have lashes from somewhere else, and then they come in and they have clusters or something really horrible. So, no surprises. Have them come in for a consult first if they have something else. And that way you can price them. You can tell them if you need to remove them. Okay? I don't know where McAllen, Texas is, but if it's anywhere near Dallas and Houston, you might have to come to me. I'll be in Dallas and Houston in July, guys, doing volume beginners. Felicity18 said, do you think if we place a lash on the side or below the natural lash, it'll fall faster? Nope. Place it and make sure it's bonded appropriately and it'll be fine. How long does it take for you to do a full set? 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on how many lashes the client has. Hi, Sunzi. From the United States. She's in New Zealand. Lash Dreamer. Hello. Oh. Damn, that's far. Julia Jeanette. Salty Lash. I don't have any info on the Vegas workshop, but I do have something fun. Okay, who's going to the IBS show in Las Vegas, June 24th to the 27th? Who's going to Las Vegas? Tell me now. Are you coming? Are you coming to the trade show? Tell me. Oh, I feel like I'm coming down with something. Uh-oh. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about doing. I think I'm going to do a little tour. Like a walking tour. Like, imagine me walking you guys around the fucking trade show floor to just the lash places. Right? Wouldn't that be fun? We could, well, I don't know if we could bring alcohol in there. But I'll take you around to all the lash booths. Like a little walking tour in Vegas. Right? Doesn't that sound like fun? And we can all roll together. So we'll stop at each booth for like 15 minutes and we'll all look at like the products, try different things, and then we'll keep it moving and move on to the next guy. Doesn't that sound like fun? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll put up a sign up form soon. Natalie, I like how you think. You know, there's a lash flask in my Lash Life store. It's a lash flask. That's okay, Alessandria. She said she was hoping to meet me at New York IBS. Yeah, Morgan. Show deals, I mean, if those aren't there, that's okay. But just remember, at least you get to try things hands-on and in person. So maybe think about it that way, as there's the value in that. Well, Minnesota, you have a place for me to come to? All right, guys. So I think we're almost going to be coming up close on the second hour. You guys I love it though. I love it. So what I'm probably going to do tonight is I'm going to save this video. And then I'm going to have to edit it. And then I'm going to see if I can upload it to YouTube. So that way people can watch this back. And then you can start watching back our live LASH411 videos together on YouTube. Would that be helpful? I hope so. Okay, so last thing. Oh wait, so somebody has the... Do you have any clients with itchiness? No? Thinking about it? No? No clients with itchiness? So remember, okay, wait, who did their homework from last week? Last week I suggested that you try, I think, doing both eyes at the same time. Did anybody do their homework? Did anybody try it? Because I'm going to give you an assignment this week too. So did anybody deviate from their normal, just doing one eye at a time, and try doing both eyes? like starting here and then moving their way and then doing it all over again. Did you notice the difference? That's another tip for those who are wanting to know about speed. Do both eyes at the same time. Don't work on one eye. Good. Every day. Low Maid asks, how often should you practice if you're new? Every day. The reason why is you don't want to lose what you learned. We retain about less than 70%. Like, you forget 70% of what you learn in person at a class. Sad but true. So you need to practice every day. You need to get your hands on as many people as you can. Like, when you know that you're about to go to that training course, you need to start lining up your clients beforehand. You need to call all your friends, put out the Facebook post, say, yo, I'm going to start doing eyelash extensions. Is anybody willing to let me practice on them? Do not charge them. Get your insurance first, because if you fuck somebody's shit up while you're practicing, that will be the end of your career before it even starts. But again, if you are lashing on somebody who's a friend, family, they're less inclined to sue you, which is why you should not be practicing on new real clients. You do not practice on real clients. I know earlier I said, we get paid to practice. I'm talking about those of us who have been doing it for a while and, like, you know, maybe you're learning a new technique or some shit like that. Not if you're brand new to lashes. You should not be charging clients. Your first 3 to 6 months, you're working on your time. Like, from maybe 4 to 6 months and on, maybe you can start charging, but do not practice on real clients. You know why? Because you're going to turn them off before you turn them on. You're going to have them sitting there for 4 hours while you're over here struggling to isolate, and they're going to expect the world, and you've just given them an island. Does that make any sense? Like, yes, 3 to 6 months. If you are practicing as much as possible, because the likelihood of you doing it every day is not... When you become, from 6 months and on, when you start taking clients, you're going to start taking them every day, okay? You're going to start seeing 5 clients a day. And that constant practice is where you get faster, because you're dealing with different lash lines. They're coming in and out. Like, when you have consistent people coming in, then you get consistent practice and you get better. But when you're new and you don't have a spot and you're still trying to work out your time and isolating and all that shit, you are only practicing on friends, okay? Just friends and family who are happy to sit down for 4 hours for you to help you, okay? On an average, I do maybe about 4 to 5 clients. I book out 2 hours for each client. I work Wednesday through Saturday. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm either with my family or working on LASH411, like the website, and coming up with shit for you guys. But LASH411 is actually like a full-time job. But I have my schedule. I've put myself in just a great flexible schedule so that now I can start traveling and training and get more hands-on with you guys. Aesthetics by Anna Shoot, I agree with you, and that's actually part of my technique class, is focusing on fills. So I don't want to go too much into it, but I want models who already have eyelash extensions to come in, and if they don't, then what we're going to do is the first half of the class, you guys are going to lash your models maybe up to 50%, and then you're going to switch models, and then you're going to treat that model like she's a fill from another lash artist. Okay? What about, no, a mannequin head is not honey buns. Unfortunately, a mannequin head doesn't cut it, because those fake strip lashes aren't like, I have to tell you, I prefer somebody's natural lashes than those fake strips to practice on, because those are kind of hard to like move out the way, because it's so hard. Like, the lashes that are in there, they're heavy and hard, so that there's resistance, so they want to push back while you're trying to isolate. Yeah, no, I prefer to practice on a real person. You need to practice on a real person. You're going to see, I don't think some of us really realize when we first get into lashing, people have different lashes. You'll see 4 to 5 clients a day, and every one of them will have something different. Let's even put it this way, ethnicities, okay? An Asian client does not have the same kind of lashes as an African American client. Okay? I'll tell you why. And it also depends on what kind of Asian as well. I've noticed that my Filipino clients have nice, thick, straight lashes, while my Chinese clients have thin, straight lashes. Okay? Difference. My African American clients, I don't even know why I'm saying it. My black clients have curly lashes. Some of them are thin, some of them are thick. I've got one, she's got fucking awesome lashes. Like, they're like unicorn, like thick, right? And they're curly, like deep curls, and she has a wide eye. This is actually the girl, I posted one of her sets that I did on here. Oh, so awesome. But another black client doesn't have the same lashes. Hers are super thin, and she wishes that she had Marlene's lashes. My sister and my lashes, anytime I do my sister's lashes, I fucking hate doing them because she has those little fuzzy hairs, baby hairs in between, and I can just imagine what my lashes must be like when my lash artist does them. Shit, she must be cursing me out. It's probably would be. Not to mention I had a lash lift and it was growing out, but I digress. But yeah, practicing on a model head is not like the real thing. Get your friends involved. Okay. Yeah. So, is there anything else, guys? Anything else? Anything else? No, I don't straighten the curly ones. But what you can do is you need to tell those clients to brush their lashes. You know why? Partially the reason why, aside from genetics, why their lashes are like that is because they're probably like sleeping on them. So if they start brushing them, it's going to start to straighten them out. Okay. Alright, chicas. I think that about cuts it this evening. We're going to do this again. You're so welcome, Cody. You're so welcome, BETL0017. Yes, I do, Erica. Work from home. Somebody asked about my personal Instagram. I don't know if I want to give that out because it's personal. You guys get me right here. But my business is eyelash art. Okay? Ever will. Oh, the station, by the way, that I was playing tonight on Pandora. Let's see. I think it was Today's Hits. No, actually, I was playing Skylar Grey Radio. That's the chick who had the song with Eminem. And yeah, with Eminem. Alrighty. Oh, look. And look how nicely that dried. Oh, Bossy Winks asked, why do you prefer to work from home? Because me personally, I have 2 businesses. So when I'm not doing one, I'm working on the other. Oh, look at that. Time's up. 2 minutes on the countdown, yeah? Bossy Winks, I don't let strangers in my house. I just want to make it very clear. I work from home, but I brought my book of clients with me. I used to work outside of my house. And once I had my clients, I only brought the ones who I trusted and who I liked enough to have them in my home. I do not bring strangers in my house. I do not need any new clients right now. I have my clients. I have what I need. So I'm not out there looking. Eyelashart.com. Extravagant Lash asked what lashes I was using in my demonstration earlier. Those were .07s, C curl. No problem. Glitter KC, I can't wait to meet you in Texas. My business Instagram is Eyelash Art. I gotta tell you guys, for the last 2 years, I've been so, like, nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew I was LASH411. I'm kind of private that way. And so now to tell you what my business is and to have you guys look in there, I'm a little, because I'm a little bit private that way. But I mean, I got to, right? Yes, I use Lash Makers adhesive currently. I love it. Use code LASHES411 if you buy. Oh, growing in grace. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to see you guys next Thursday, 10 o'clock, same time, same place. I'm going to try and put this up on YouTube tonight, and I'll see y'all later.